See? You go like this and you let go.
I was born for
But
this.
then you go.
Ah! We are here today with a Kansas City icon, honestly, a real estate mogul who has built a beautiful career. But the thing that we are having you on the show for today is the safe space that you create for queer folks. So we are so excited to have, as a light, fun, effervescent slide into the holidays. That's why we're wearing these Vixie Tees sweatshirts. The one, the only, Lance Pierce.
Welcome.
Yes, thank you for coming. What are we drinking today?
I'm gonna go with the standard, the gay water. Vodka soda with a splash of cranberry.
Oh, do you have cranberry?
Oh no!
I have.
Have you crossed a gay sin?
I have Capri Sun.
Oh, okay. What? Let's do
Which
it.
I feel like could be the best substitute.
Wow!
Just childhood.
Maybe this will be like a Q bar staple.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
I need cranberry juice, as it turns out. I don't have a lot of gay men in my life.
Oh, well.
Well, you do now.
I'm glad you're here. Okay, vodka, cranberry,
vodka
soda.
splash of cranberry.
Okay, got you. Yes.
Well, Capri.
Do you like that like in a martini glass, or do you like that in
I
with
just do it
ice?
in-
Highball or a low ball.
Okay. Do you mind if for myself I drink bourbon?
You drink whatever you want.
Oh,
That's
thank
the
God.
beauty of Queer Bar Takeovers. Everyone just shows up as they are.
Okay, well, I got you. Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers! Thanks for being here.
Thank you guys for having me.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Oh, yeah.
So,
me too.
yes, happy.
Knock the spirits out, for Christ's sakes.
So why don't you tell us kind of like where the Queer Bar Takeover started
Yeah.
and what that vision was?
Yeah, I mean, Queer Bar Takeover got started. Actually, Kane Hosmer is the one who actually started it. He put up an event on Facebook, and I was like, oh my God, this is great. I'd love to help you organize all this. And then over time, he got really busy with his pharmacy.
When was that? I'm a big...
That was 2016.
Mm.
So that was 8 years ago.
See, I told my sister-in-law it was either 8 years ago or 5 years ago because I lost 3 years to COVID.
Yeah.
So I can't really judge time, but it was 8. I knew
And
it.
we were off for like a year and a half, or
Yeah.
2 years during COVID, essentially,
Yeah.
so no events.
Okay.
And so the concept of it. Tell
Yeah.
me, because they don't know. We're gay. We have participated.
We are taking over every space and making it.
We are
I
doing
think
what we
so.
can.
Yeah.
I think this is just this, I think the energy and like the vibe of the world and the way we're going, it's like lesbians are rising up with Chapel Rowan and like women are taking their rightful place.
She was born from my body, by
Yes,
the way. Yes,
right?
I actually
I love
birthed
Chapel
her.
Rowan.
I did. She's my
like a
child,
Midwest
biological
princess.
child.
You guys have some similarities.
Correct.
And I feel like she's ours.
Yes.
In Missouri.
She
She's
is.
in
Springfield.
She is.
And
Yeah.
she's the Midwest princess.
Chapel Rowan?
And
We would invite you on
gosh.
behind the bar.
Chapel Rowan,
Oh my
we will have you.
God.
We will do everything we possibly can.
Anything.
Come back to the Midwest.
Anything.
Anything. Wink, wink. Chaperone.
Like, that's what I'm so excited about with the new space, too, is we get to have, like, huge concerts in the street. But
Amazing.
anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Queer Bar Takeover.
What is it?
Yes.
So Queer Bar Takeover, it originally got started, we threw our first event at Mosaic down in the Power Line District, which hasn't always been a space where we are welcomed or supported or believed.
Is that why you chose it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was at Mosaic. And, you know, we have gay dance clubs, where it's like you go to 303
We don't
Woody's,
have
Missy
dance
B's,
clubs, no.
and you kind of just go to those ones. And, you know, in the past, we've just kind of been relinquished to spaces that will support us. And so Queer Bar Takeover is really about reclaiming space that's rightfully ours. So
I love that.
Queering spaces. Love it.
I love that.
Yeah, and I think if you come to a situation and you come with confidence and you just aren't willing to compromise.
And you come with a community, so
you
there's
come with a
safety in
community.
numbers.
Yeah, so we partnered and we just, at the beginning it was just like we just went.
Yeah.
But then once we started to grow and get bigger, we had to like partner with the bars and
I feel like you guys are in real growth mode right now. Like, I don't know if it's
Yeah.
you or what, but I'm feeling like, well, the last one I went to was so energized.
At
Amazing.
Jay Rieger?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
we were there
It
together.
was just very energized. It felt...
It was
It
huge.
just felt great.
There were hundreds.
I didn't
Yeah, I mean,
know
we had-
a tenth
we
of
had
those
600 people,
homosexuals.
yeah.
And we know everyone.
yeah, I'm the same way. I know.
I'm like, who are these babies that were born from our body that we don't even know them?
I had straight people begging me to go.
We're like, no.
Yeah, you're
Well,
not
and I
invited.
think that's the other kind of gap we filled is like there are people who like to go to the gay bars and there's some people who mostly mostly navigate straight bars, and so
Yep.
or they just don't, they've done it and they're kind of just haven't, it's not interesting to do again and again.
Yeah.
So the novelty of moving from bar to bar has been fun, and then
Yep.
it's been this great opportunity to like bring all the magic and the full spectrum of the queer community into some of these spaces.
Yes.
And then they're like, whoa, this is the gay community? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's
I
like
was blown
every
away by
type
the
of
last one I
human.
did
Yeah.
because of
Like,
that reason. It
yeah.
was just really
and they're
mind-blowing.
Regardless of where you go, I've lived all over the world, literally. I lived in San Francisco for 8 years. I've traveled all over the world. And one of the things that I've always found most disheartening is the segregation, whether it's
Yes.
racial segregation, gender segregation.
Even lesbian gay segregation.
Exactly. And so one of the things I find most exciting about Queer Bar Takeover is the diversity of the group. I'm like, this is really the queer community of Kansas
It
City.
really is. Yeah. You get everybody there.
Yeah, I mean, and I've been organizing for like 15 years in Kansas City, and I've worked with all kinds of organizations, and I think that was one of my biggest frustrations is it's like, I'm friends with all these different groups, but like there's no place where they're all coming together. And so essentially the foundation of Queer Bar Takeover is all about cultural change and essentially diversity and inclusion. So, but you can't say diversity and inclusion out loud, I've learned over the time. Both sides of the gamut don't want to hear it.
No,
This is just
I
a
think-
consumer
no, I think
insight
he's-
that I
yeah.
found that works when you force things too literally. It just people feel like they're being pandered to, and some people feel like they're being
it's fascinating the way words, terms,
or shamed.
diversity and inclusion, woke, they take on these like weird lives of their own.
Yeah.
And then you have to
You need to be much better about telling me where these words are.
Oh God. I am like updating in real time, and
You're not updating me at all.
Systems
You're
are
not
updating.
You're not updating me at all. Like
When I first joined the gay
I have an
community, it was like-
outdated system.
You have outdated systems.
I feel like when I first joined the gay community, it was like, oh, people are gay. And I'm like, oh, and we've got lesbians, and then we've got trans folks, and we've got bisexuals, and then there's pansexuals and omnisexuals. And
she
then I was
just
like,
forgets to tell me, like, we've moved to this.
Yes.
And, like,
Well,
I get
and
stuck here.
I should give her flashcards on a weekly basis.
and I just am like, hey,
Then I just feel stupid.
How can I best respect you?
That's right.
Cool.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay, and I love that.
that's
I
the
think
kind
that
of thing where I'm
I
like,
think at its
take human to
foundation.
human.
So when you're working with these bars, you said you have to be careful the language you use, because I've been surprised, frankly, at some of the bars you've partnered with or the
for
spaces
sure.
you partnered with, because I'm like, oh, is that safe for the queer community?
Like what? You can name drop.
No, I'm not going to name drop. But one of the things I think is really powerful is that you figured out how to navigate or how to have the conversation so that they're willing to open up to the community, and that the community is willing to show up and support.
Yeah.
And I think there's mutual.
Does space have a big impact on your crowd?
Yeah, it does. Just depending on, because sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, that's such a fun place anyway, that we really want to go. But with the venue, I mean, they're really excited to like invite the queer community in.
Well, we haven't told them. We need to tell them. So the Queer Bar Takeover is officially turning into a queer bar with
a brick and mortar physical location.
But we'll continue to do Queer Bar Takeovers.
Yeah,
so
both.
we won't stop that.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
But I think there is we can all agree, there is a huge demand for a new, fresh queer bar in Kansas City, and that is obviously, like, why did you decide, okay, it's time?
What was
that?
What was the kind of
Because
tipping point?
lesbians get in relationships and they just stop going to queer bars.
Speak for yourself.
I would disagree.
I think queer bar all day long.
I think the beautiful thing about Queer Bar is it's like, the gays and lesbians like don't hang out in Kansas City. Like we're like two separate communities.
It's true.
And so Queer Bar Takeover has been this opportunity.
Not even just
where,
in
like,
Kansas City. I don't think that is like
No,
national
I was raised by
thing.
gay men, so let's just let the
Well,
records show. That's why I crop my sweatshirts and look like a senator's wife.
Thank God they fixed you. I'm still waiting. Can you be my friend?
Yes, I'm here to represent.
They're like, girl,
I need to know when I need to crop
your
it.
eye makeup.
If I ever cropped a shirt, what would you do?
I would
You'd be
literally.
like, what gay man got a hold of you? I'm going to euthanize him.
Yes.
We have a guy.
Unless they were sleeves cropped, I don't know what I would do with that.
You got to bring the guns out. What? You got to bring the guns out. Even a sweater, just bring them out.
Okay.
Show the triceps off.
Obviously.
But yeah, I mean.
No, but you're right. There's so much separation, and this is not a Kansas City centric thing. I think can be more pervasive in Kansas City, but I think this is an everywhere thing.
Yeah.
This is an everywhere thing, and so again, that is the thing. That is the thread or the special sauce that Queer Bar Takeover for me. Even when I see photos on social media, I'm like, Oh my God,
It's
there's
well
baby
represented.
queers.
Absolutely.
There's the OGs. There's
Yeah.
a diversity of human experience there. Those are the kind of spaces I'm really interested in, like navigating.
I don't know if I've had a more energized night out than the last Queer Bar. I was so excited to like meet people, meet new people, dance.
Yeah, it was a beautiful night. The J
You know,
Bigger
we always
space was
bitch
amazing.
because we're like, we just want to dance. Like sometimes
Right.
I just want to get weird and I want to dance.
I just
and
wanna, like, dance in a pink
literally,
pony club.
you can't find that. Like if I'm like
Pink
normal Saturday night, Kansas City, I'm like, I want to get weird. I want to dance. I don't want to go to Funky Town.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
who's driving to Ray Town?
Right.
Sorry, Funky Town, unless you're going to sponsor us.
They
Next
will
Queer
fucking
Bar
get weird
Takeover,
at
Funky Town.
We'll bust those bitches to Funky
Well,
Town.
and I think you see that diversity because, you know, me as a white cis man, I have to balance all that off.
Sure.
So you have to kind of balancing. So all of our staff is black and brown and mostly female.
Yeah.
All of our DJs are black and brown lesbians. And they just bring a different vibe.
Do you have
to
a
the
Lara
space.
there? Rolling?
Oh, Baby Boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, you do?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, Baby Boy's awesome.
Thank God.
Baby Boy, DJ Sequence.
She's one of my
which is
favorite
Des
people in the whole
Jones.
wide world. We've
Yeah,
been like
she's great.
20 years back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
good.
speak about that intentionality. So as an activist and as a white person and as a cis person, which we both are, who are working with diverse communities, I work a lot with the trans communities of color.
Yeah, for sure.
Talk about that intentionality when you're creating leadership teams or you're creating space. How do you explicitly invite communities in when you have a tea dance? The folks that show up are not going to potentially feel like they're explicitly invited. So talk about how Queer Bar does that work.
That's great, Haley.
So we're systematically inclusive. So we have a lot of, you know, I've run small businesses as well. So the only way to succeed in small business is to systematically do things, you know, over and over and over again. And so we've used that there. So one, we pay everyone $20 an hour or more. We don't believe in volunteers. So that allows, typically volunteers are people with excess privilege who then give it to you.
Correct.
And so those typically aren't very diverse people, right? And so when you pay people $20 an hour, this is now a gig. So it holds space in their life and you can get a lot more consistency over time.
Yeah.
Um,
Your newsletter even, like your touch to community is unlike what anybody else is doing right now.
yeah, I think...
And so the systems you were saying is really what...
Yeah, the systems are, we've got that. I specifically have entire, you know, we've segmented all the kind of Facebook friends and we intentionally invite people to all these events and really just being really intentional. A lot of times and you've probably had this experience, you sit on these boards and we talk about black and brown folks. We bring in a consultant, we pay them $6,000 to give us this whole binder of things to do. But unless you love people, you just...
Or black and brown folks are on the board,
or
speaking for themselves.
But also,
in the
like, if you're
community.
going to say you're here for it, you have to, like... If I
about
scroll through
it.
your text messages,
Yeah.
when's the last time I'm going to find... How many times do I have to scroll back
Yeah.
to find someone who's...
Yeah.
Do black and brown people come to you for emotional support?
Yeah.
Do they invite you to their baby showers? Do you pick them up to the airport? You know what I mean? Like, and do you also
are
find
you
solace
in community?
Like, that's the best way to
Right.
put it. Are you
Yeah.
in community? And you really have to just like love people on a one-on-one level.
And you feel like that's a strength of yours, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of in this group and this group and this group.
Yeah.
You know, I've kind of always been that way.
Yeah.
I kind of just navigate all the groups.
So, like, what made you take the takeover to the brick and mortar? Why did you feel like now is the time to do that?
Well, we've been doing Queer Bar Takeover for 8 years, and then we launched into the Queer Connect community calendar, and then the Queer Dinner Club.
Which there was a huge demand for that. The Queer
Yeah.
Connect community calendar is
sure.
awesome, and it spans everything, and they should hear that. Like, if you
Yeah.
are in the queer community and you don't know where
and
to
you're
get
like,
started,
what do I want to
if
do?
you're a 16-year-old in Kansas City, and you know anybody that's experiencing diversity, you should sign up for that because it really does. It holds space for everybody.
Well, and you know, I've learned lessons the hard way. It hasn't been this like perfect thing. You know, you could talk to all kinds of people across the community and they'll all have different opinions. And so we've learned our lessons sometimes the hard way. And one of the lessons that we learned was black and brown people need to lead black and brown people. Like the best people to lead trans people are trans people.
For sure.
And so the beauty of the Queer Connect calendar is all we're doing is megaphoning the work that people are doing. We're not changing the voice. We're not putting our voice on top of it.
That's great.
So you put up a Facebook group, you add Queer Connect Casey as a co-host. That puts it on our Facebook, an API pulls it to our website, and then every Wednesday,
Yeah.
all the events for the next 2 weeks go out.
Yeah, I love
So
that.
that really empowers all these different, it creates...
You're kind of the godfather of the queer community from a communication standpoint right now.
I'm just a connector, which is what I'm really good at.
But you could say I'm
Yeah.
the godfather connector.
Well, I think the reason Lance is kind of shirking that, because I think when we're talking about community organizing,
shirking.
shirking, is
Yeah,
that not
yeah.
a word?
Yeah.
Shirking, that title.
Yeah.
When we talk about organizing, when we talk about hierarchies and being at the top of something, that's a really dangerous
And that's
title to give ourselves.
That's a white supremacist approach to
Guys are
organization.
young in the podcast.
That's okay. It's all right, baby. It's okay. It's
But
okay.
I think this brings up a really good thing is I think we need to start to provide more grace for these kind of conversations.
Yeah.
I think we're so quick to be like, like shame,
I'll make all the mistakes for all of you guys.
I just think it's like, hey, FYI, this, and then let's see how we can move together forward.
And I love that you said we've made mistakes
my
and
gosh,
we've
yeah.
learned from those mistakes and we've pivoted from those mistakes. There's not a person on the planet, regardless of who they are, that hasn't made a mistake. It's not the mistake. It's how you recover from the mistake, how you learn from the mistake. If you fall into a shame hole and then, put up a wall about learning, you're not doing the work.
Yeah.
If you hear, like you just did, you were like, okay, give it to me. I want to know. I want to do better.
Thanks, guys.
So, right. But I think that's a really valuable lesson, right? I
sure.
think that's really important. And I think if you're going to work in diverse communities, then you need to have that kind of approach. Like you're not going to always get it right.
Yeah.
And I love being a space where people can come and ask me questions and kind of like wordsmith things. And I've had my own family do it. My mom has, asked me for terminology, and I know
It's
she's
usually the basis of every workout I've ever done with you.
Yes, basically. You're like, can I say this anymore? And I'm like, HR
update
says
me,
no.
update
HR
me.
says no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
HR
says no.
needs to know.
know
Update.
We have to
download me.
update the creepy uncle energy to less creepy uncle energy.
Yeah.
Because that's really what
But
it's
there's
about.
still room for the creepy uncle. Like, I don't...
Oh, thank you, Lane.
Obviously.
Thank you. I will definitely
We
be
have
making
a
the
podcast.
stuffing,
I
the
think-
oyster stuffing to your Thanksgiving.
I think when we say community, we have to actually believe it and mean it.
Yeah.
And that's, dealing with the people who are challenging to love.
Yeah.
And challenging to
Why do I
push
feel like
forward.
this is still
I
going
love
towards
you.
creepy
We love
uncle
you.
energy?
No.
Okay,
I don't mean it
so-
to you. I just mean it in general. Like, I feel like we're all a little too hard on each other. And I think we need to reintroduce grace, and we need to reintroduce learning, and we need to reintroduce a place to belong.
So what
and a
is
place to
the
get
vibe
started.
of the queer bar? Like, what is your vision for it? Like, do you have is there different spaces with different vibes?
Oh,
Why
the
don't you
bar.
talk about the bar?
So the bar. So we've done all that stuff, and we've been doing that for 8 years. And we've essentially been doing focus groups all over the city and taking our consumer base and putting them in and learning a ton about what they like, what they don't like.
Yep.
Specifically what lesbians folks, trans folks, and gay men all like differently because they're very different.
Yeah.
They have very different needs. So we built...
Like, what would you like at a bar? I'd say like a dark book in a library at the bar.
But
She wants a drink that smells like patchouli and lavender.
And I want to talk to like
you
two
want like a
people.
smoked... Yeah, smoked
Yeah.
chocolate.
And give me like two people.
She said
Right.
oyster stuffing, which literally made me throw up in my mouth.
Oh.
Well, I was trying to be the creepy uncle. I wouldn't
No.
eat oyster stuff.
But blah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
You're fine.
It's just if you want to create like a corner for me in your bar that's dark
Yeah.
with bourbon.
No, I love it.
Okay.
So to his point, everybody has their own unique taste.
Everybody has their own different stuff. And you've got those groups, and then you've got people who have auditory issues, and you've got people who have visual issues, you've got people who have mobility issues.
Yep.
And so they all navigate space really differently. And so we've really tried to take that into consideration. So
Cool.
the club is going to be the theme song of the club is the Pink Pony Club.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I actually do know every word to that song.
yeah.
And I sang it on
We should probably
karaoke
have a
last
sing-along
weekend.
before we finish this.
Can we get that in the episode?
Do you have a pair of heels we could put on?
I do actually. I'm not wearing them. They're right over there.
So once you enter the club, there'll be 5 different areas. So you'll have the front porch, which you can people watch, and that'll be like a 5 out of 10 noise level.
Okay.
Then you'll come into the main lobby.
I love that he
There'll be
knows
this huge curtain and this beautiful staff that'll be welcoming you. We're making sure that the staff that we hire represents the community. So when you walk into the club, just like at Queer Bar Takeover, you're going to see someone who looks like you. When you have a problem, there's going to be someone who looks like you to help you.
Cool, man.
And, when you're not sure if your voice is being represented, you're going to be like, no, it is. There's 6 people that know my experience. So
awesome.
Yeah, so it's just going to be baked into the fabric, and we're going to do that up front, not on the back end.
Yeah.
So you've got
so you have like kind of 5 distinct hangout spots of the club,
which are different, like
pick your
accessibility
poison
levels, volume levels.
I love that.
Like lights, what kind of vibe you're even in.
Yeah, like once you come off the lobby, you'll go into this little cove, and there'll be like these lips. There'll be these couches.
You
and
had
then
me
you'll
at
have
lips.
all these. That's for the lesbians. And then there'll be these neon signs that say "Shut up and kiss me," and then there'll be all these couches. So that'll be like an 8 out of 10 noise level. Cool. And you can just you'll be right off the dance floor. You can just hang out, vibe,
make out, wait,
hang out,
like
make
lesbians.
out.
I cannot.
Lesbians come with their friends,
Yes.
and they want to sit down and they want to hang out with the friends they came with.
That is what lesbians.
I feel attacked.
No, that's what they want.
He's not.
They want to sit down.
Well, they just want a place to gather.
He's not talking about
community.
you.
No, you were literally not wrong.
He's not talking about you.
I mean, if we could have snacks.
Yeah.
The lesbians love snacks too. Let's be honest.
He's not talking about.
A good charcuterie board would be
He feels like
great.
we're normal. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
I haven't eaten since 1989.
Oh, okay.
No, we're teasing.
Obviously.
And gay men want to come in with their friends
Yes.
and then hunt.
Yeah.
Before
that's
we
what they
started
want.
our show today, I said to Haley, "What have you eaten today?" And she said, "I ate some cottage cheese."
She said, I need to feed you. And I said, no, I had some cottage
And then
cheese.
I said, "Don't worry about it. I
had
have
72
a protein
drinks.
bar."
And we shared it, and it was still not enough for either one of us.
Okay, so we have this 5-space
Okay, yes.
queer
Then
bar,
you'll come into the main dance floor, so the whole ceiling will be covered in disco balls.
which I feel like Kansas City is
excited.
just dying to have this.
Yeah.
Like, what's the
I
energy
love
been
to
from the
dance.
community?
I
Oh my
love
gosh,
to
it's been
dance.
absolutely amazing. There's in the DJ booth, it looks like an altar because we all know that the gay club is church for us.
It is church.
We go there to fellowship.
Yeah.
We go there to sing in the gospel.
Yeah.
We go there to see the deacons, which are the drag queens
Yeah.
and the DJs, and they serve out the message. For
Okay,
sure.
so what is the number one thing that when you wake up in the morning and you're singing in the shower and you're thinking about Queer Bar that you're like,
Chaperone.
this is the thing that gives me butterflies that I'm most excited about?
I mean, we're a toolbox for the community, and that's really what we are.
Explain that.
Everyone's on their own hero's journey, and we're just a guide that's providing tools and know-how and
So
supporting.
how does a gay bar do that?
Well, I mean, we've got Queer Bar Takeover, which we're building all these strategic partnerships citywide. We've got the Queer Connect calendar, so all these different organizers get this huge megaphone to 5,000 email addresses every Wednesday.
Yep.
And that starts to support all the little ideas that they're creating space for 10 people or 60 people or 200 people.
Yeah. You don't even know how influent
And it's been great because I've learned there's a fae community that's all about fairies and all of that, and there's the Dungeons and Dragons gays, and there's the Queerbot Casey is doing nature shit, and there's all these. We're creating this innovation
little
greenhouse.
subcultures of passion.
Right. And these little seeds are
interests.
growing
I think that's great.
into saplings and then starting to get their own strength.
It's wildly impressive. I love it.
And when we talk about so we're obviously in the wake of a very disappointing election. We're all sort of licking our wound from that. But the thing that the queer community continues to do is organize and rise.
Yeah.
And I really see Queer Bar as an organization or as an umbrella continuing to do those things, right? We were doing that in from the beginning of time.
And there was
for forever.
And again,
right?
there was such a need for it. For me personally, I go out a lot in Kansas City, but I can't imagine a night where I go out and I'm not man, I should just go pop in there because that's my community. And it's like going home. It's feeling
and you recharge your batteries.
And there really isn't
a
lot of that here, right?
Because I think
you're
one of the
providing
things
that space to kind of go home.
I think one of the things that folks who aren't queer don't understand is that we're constantly policing ourselves in hetero cis spaces, right? Can I hold my person's hand? Can I dress a certain way? Can I be the fullest expression of myself? And that policing, it gets exhausting. And so to be able to walk into a space and to sort of let down and I can understand that as a business owner, someone who's tried to create a space where every person feels like they can walk in and just be like, okay, I can lay
you do
this
a good
stuff
job
down.
of that. It's very aligned, actually.
And I think a lot of times it's the queer community sometimes has gone to power structures and been see me as a valid human, give me crumbs and scraps. And I think what we've done is come in unity and said, here's the model. Would you like to host it?
That
Could you
and
do
like
it this way? No, we can't. We will alter nothing. And we will not bend in any way.
I love
So either you host us, or you host
don't.
600 people, or you don't.
makes me want to arm wrestle you right now. In a
But
good
I
way.
think, yeah,
In a good way.
but I
Mike,
think
in a
that-
good way. In a good way. Like, that was very
like a very primal.
I think it's the brandy talking.
I want to hug you. I want to
And I'm over here drinking my vodka. Like, can we just have a cuddle?
She's drinking bourbon. Like, I want to arm wrestle.
I just want to arm wrestle you. I love you so much.
Okay, so we're super excited about the physical space, and so I'm not going to divulge our ages. We are one day apart. She's much older
You're
than
very
I am.
seasoned.
Yeah, we're seasoned. We're elders in the community, but we want to go and we want to know like what are the things we're going to need to know in
we
this
can look
space,
cool.
so we can look cool, so we can look hip.
I brought you some props, actually.
You did?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought maybe we could do a little training.
Oh, we have to do a training.
Okay, let's do it.
That sounds so good. Okay.
Okay, so have you guys ever heard of thwop fans? Do you know
I don't
that
know what
is?
you're talking
You don't know
about.
what that is?
I do.
Is this a
Oh, you
real
do.
thing for real, though?
It's good.
Yes,
yeah,
babe,
it's real.
of course it's real.
Okay,
In
so I have
what
something to
world?
The kids are doing it.
The kids are doing it.
Okay, the
so
kids
these
go
are
to the-
thwop fans. And so
It's also beautiful.
It's
it's
so
gorgeous.
This is a
So
fan.
if you open it up,
Oh, this is sticky. That feels also on brand.
How do I open it?
It is.
gross.
I don't even know how to open
I can't even
I'm
get
gonna
my
There's
break
another
it.
one over there. If
Okay,
you want a
yeah.
I'm
non-sticky
going to break it if I open it.
No, the other way. You gotta open it the other way. See? Lesson number 1.
That was very easy
Other
to
way,
open.
Bob. Other way, honey. Admin top right here.
And then you can use it as a fan if you like. So if you're hot in the club, you're on the
So
dance
wait, if
floor.
you're a lesbian eating snacks on the lip
But
couch,
this is
you're
also-
like, oh, it's so hot.
Like I'm looking cool because I'm thropping.
This is
No, that's not the
this is
topic.
this is a form of expression in the queer community. So this is when someone's doing something really cool on stage. You're
What
like,
the fuck? I
yes,
have no idea.
yes, yes.
So like, when we used to go to coffee shops and we would snap instead of clap,
That's
thropping.
kind of like
We're
that.
thropping.
So like
No,
if like
no,
if a
God,
drag queen's on stage or something and you're like, oh my god, you're killing it, you're loving
Uh-huh.
it, you go like, yes, and then you go, yes, 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 yes,
Holy shit.
and then you get
Look
this
at you, you're
whole
so
thunderous
excited.
roar. of these
Uncle
clap fans.
Creepy's learning something. Here we
So
go.
everybody just randomly has a thropper on them now.
Well, no, we're bringing it back. This
Okay,
is
so
kind of like a,
you walk
a
in
circuit
a
queen
you walk
kind
in
of
a
thing.
queer bar, you get a throp. Do we call these a throp?
These
We
are
call these
throp-
a fan.
Throp fans. Yeah, these
Throp
are like
fans.
Throp fans.
Yeah.
So seriously, speak to me like
Okay.
I'm fucking not
We
gay,
are.
because I'm not gay apparently.
We are.
So we get a throp fan as
Throp
we
fans,
walk
yeah.
in the door, and
Yep.
then anytime things are excitable.
Yeah, you could
We're
just be
like-
like, yes. Or if you just want
I'm not gonna do that.
If you
I'm
just
gonna
want
look
an
so stupid
entrance.
if I do
No,
it.
no, okay, here, I'll show you. So,
Nope, I'm gonna look
you
so
put
stupid.
it like
No,
this.
come on.
I'm
With this
refusing.
Up,
this,
up,
this
up.
area.
Yeah.
Okay, you got that. So
Okay.
then you
Listen.
pull this one. Sorry. You pull this up like that.
So on the inside, this up.
Just the first one.
Just the first one.
And then you go like this, and you pull your finger like this, and you just grab this one. So do it with your...
Like this.
But
Yeah.
just this.
Just this one.
Put your fingers here.
It's like teaching you to eat
See,
with
right
a
here.
fork. Right there.
Like this.
Okay.
See like
Yep.
this?
Yep.
And
You
then
played
you hold it with
basketball.
this other finger like this. And then you just go like this and then let go. See? You go like this and you let go.
I was born for
But
this.
then you go.
Ah!
Ah!
Hey, woo!
That's great!
Now
I
get
should get
up
little
and
stickers,
twerk, and I'll
throp
throp your
train.
butt. You twerk, and I'll throp your butt.
Yeah,
Ready?
we'll be like-
Yes, you twerk. Get on the thing. No, you don't know how to twerk.
I have a line. I have a
That
line.
is not the line.
It's self-respect.
I've seen your line. Twerk here,
Then
and
you go-
we'll throp your
then
butt.
you go,
We'll
yes, queen, yes! Yes! Oh my god, you got it. You've got it. You're like it took one training session. You had it.
It literally one time. If you can play pickleball, you can throp. Okay, so we'll need
I
this.
need people to comment on behind the bar if you feel in my position right now. I
Okay,
need
so
to
how
feel
many of you
less
guys know
alone.
throp fans?
I did.
Okay, so we get a throp fan.
Yep.
Okay, what else do we get?
You can also get part of our effort was called this. It's called Project Queer Visibility.
Yes.
So we
I love a gay
Lance,
flag.
you're amazing.
So I used to do
This is the
a bunch
first
of
time you've ever
manufacturing
had,
in China,
yeah.
and so
Yeah.
I've partnered with a manufacturer, and we essentially distribute almost 3,000 pride flags. We sell some, we give away some. We partner with all these different
Yes.
districts to put them up during Pride Month.
And this is what I will be wearing for
So-
New Year's at the Queer Bar.
And you could
Like as a cape or as
right?
a sarong?
To be determined.
A
you
toga?
could sew it into something.
To be determined.
She doesn't. So we feel like we've learned a lot about you professionally,
Yeah.
but we want to get to know Lance, the human being. Like,
Yeah.
Give us a little bit of your backstory. You mentioned Chapel Roan, and you were like, she's a kind of small town Missouri girl.
Yeah.
Are you a small town Missouri girl?
I am. I grew up in a tiny town called DeKalb, Missouri, population 200.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
She's
What's
from
it
there.
called?
DeKalb, Missouri.
Sounds terrible.
Oh, it's great.
Oh, wow.
It's great.
Didn't see that coming.
Well, you're from Knob
I mean,
Noster.
my
I would
parents
never
are-
have led with, that's wonderful. Wonderful. It's just wonderful growing up in Knob Noster.
It's good. I mean, there's the only thing you have there is community. And so I grew up in a town of 200 people. My parents are farmers. They raise corn, beans, tobacco,
We
crossbreed
had
cattle.
the same background, but he is a much more optimistic person about this.
But I mean, when you grow up in a small town, I mean, there is no police. It's just you and the prayer chain, and the prayer chain is the thing that'll get you.
Yeah, I had a lot of that. Still, I think there's people
it'll get
doing
you
that for me.
they'll tell everybody all your business. So, but yeah, it's great. I mean, you grew up. Your work ethic is really strong. I was super excited to go to college.
Where is this?
Where'd you go to college?
Where is this land that you're describing?
North of Kansas City, about an hour.
Oh, okay.
So, like, all my
Not
family
too
lives
far.
within a mile of each other.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, my family lives within a mile of each other also.
Yeah.
So where'd you go to school?
I went to Mizzou.
Okay.
And
What
then
year?
2005.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Did
You
you go
were
in
there the
2005?
same time.
Wait, what?
Yes.
At Mizzou?
Yeah, but I was
a
just
summer welcome
exploring
leader
my
in
sexuality,
2007.
honestly. Like in 2005 was the year that I was like, is there a lesbian on campus? Is there a
Oh.
lesbian on campus?
Yeah.
And I dated her, and she was a vegan, and she didn't want to make
obviously.
out after I meet.
Oh,
shoot.
And I
gosh.
decided, maybe I'm straight.
That's a very strict vegan.
So 2005 at Mizzou, not my year. I
Yeah.
think she literally almost kicked me back to the other side.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
You had like a rebound effect.
Well, I was
That's
like,
really what I'm hoping what's happening with our political
really
times
like
too.
steak.
A little bit of a rebound effect.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
I'm
the
hopeful for
pendulum. The
that.
beauty of
But
the
yes,
US
we
is
went
the
to
pendulum.
Mizzou together for one
That's
year.
wild.
You're younger than me, but that was
Oh, so it was just
I
2005, the
graduated in
overlap.
05. Yep.
Okay, and I got there in 2005.
Okay.
Babies.
So, yeah.
You could have been frat brothers.
We could have been.
Probably dated the same vegan lesbian. Odds are high.
Okay, so you graduate and then you're like, what in the queer world am I going to do?
Yeah, then I went, so I did some organizing at Mizzou, and that's essentially where I got radicalized, essentially.
Those fucking liberal college institutions.
They
God
they opened
damn
my
it,
eyes
colleges.
up to equal rights.
I also
was like,
became
oh yeah, that makes
radicalized in
sense.
college.
Yep.
But then I started working at Hallmark greeting cards. So that's where I
And that
really,
did it.
for like 8 years, I studied like human connection and how you integrate that into product and like all that good stuff. So, and
Do you have a relationship in your life, or where are we at now?
me?
Or are you single? It's only because people want to know. Give the people what
no,
they want.
I'm
Lance.
single. If
Ooh,
you're
ready to
looking.
mingle.
My objective for the last years has been to delegate and elevate, and my one for 2025 is to love and be loved.
Oh, I
Basically,
love
So-
it.
You have to go through this wall now to get to him.
so if
And
you're
you
out
are
there-
wanting to do
We are
that,
his lesbian parents, and we are taking applications.
get
But
through
obviously,
this.
if you can't do
If
this,
you can't do this,
well,
don't
if
even-
you're
don't even
mediocre
try.
at that, we'll consider you.
really,
If you're a good person and you're mediocre at that, and you've never.
We'll train you. See, clearly we know how
Yeah.
to train people. So
We do.
We'll get you
We
up to
do.
speed.
All right. Okay, are you ready?
I think so.
Speed round.
Okay, ready?
first, like go with your gut.
Oh,
no
God.
filter.
Now, Haley told me
Yeah,
that I
nope,
can't
you
ask
cannot.
the first
Nope,
question, so I
nope.
won't. It's fine.
I will say this: when looking for a partner, what is your ideal partner? So speak it into existence right now.
I have a whole document actually.
Great.
But
So-
maybe it's like three qualities.
If you'd like to submit that
But
to us,
I think
we could
it's,
drill down.
I need someone who is kind, who is has an ability to be really self-aware, and then somebody who can navigate space that's not built for them.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I
love
the
that.
fucking document because I also wrote a document.
Right? It's the only way.
God damn it.
You got to write it down if you want it.
For the record, no fucking way I'll ever write a document.
I think so.
Law of
You
attraction.
got to put it into the universe.
Best gay bar in the nation.
Oh, best car in the nation.
Best gay bar in the nation. You're about to release a gay bar.
Oh my
What's your
God.
very favorite in the nation?
Nation.
It's a good speed around question.
Good job.
In the nation. What has been my funnest? I mean, Chicago, Sidetracks is.
I'm
I've
going
had
there in
so
a couple
many fun
weeks.
times.
I'm going to that bar in a few
It's
weeks for
so
the
much
first
fun.
time. Thank you.
It's such a community vibe.
I can't
and it's
wait.
like in the winter, there's all these amazing skylights, and like there's all like the full spectrum of generation is there.
I would have said
It's really good.
the Abbey. So now I have another.
Yeah,
one.
Sidetracks is really great.
I think it can be kind of creepy.
Also, yeah, there's a lot of great.
Kind of creepy.
There's a, But I
You like
also
extreme.
love
I
a
like that
good.
because I'm kind of.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I forgot.
I love a good when you go to a small town and it's like the de facto gay bar.
Oh yeah.
And it's
so
like
my
everybody
ex,
knows
there
that
was
that's
a
the
gay
thing.
bar that was in a former McDonald's, and it was the gay bar, and it was probably called like Sidetracks. It's in Iowa. It's in like right outside of.
I'm
Des Moines.
going
In
there.
Columbia, we had this place called
I'm going
Columns
there.
and Arches. It
Oh,
was
I've
an
been
old
there.
was
Taco
it
Are
called?
you kidding? I've been there.
What was
an
it
old
called?
Taco- it was called Columns and Arches.
Okay, that
It was
is
an
where
old
I
Taco
met the
Bell.
2005
Or maybe it was a Taco John's. I think it was a Taco John's. That's where we come
Taco
from.
John's!
This is what
Circle.
we. This is the
You
lines
and
of which we
I
come.
definitely danced in there together.
Well,
in
do you
05.
remember
Taco John's,
Soki's?
Combs, and
No, not
Arches?
Soki's, but
Yes, yes, I'm with you.
what was that gay bar? No, I said Soki's. No, I can't
So
hear it.
it's.
messing up my mic.
I'm with you. Yes. Yes.
yes.
We'll come back to it.
Okay.
Anyway, we grew up in a strip mall. That's essentially where our gay bar was.
Least
I
attractive quality
went
in
to
a
gay
person.
90s
gosh,
in
yeah.
Minneapolis, so
But that's when you go back to
Yeah,
the
and
country.
the saloon.
Like when
We're
you grow up in
gonna
the
bring it
country, you
back
got
to the,
nothing to do.
yeah.
So you
And
just gotta
Jet
make your
Set,
own
which is
fun.
the really sexy lesbian
And-
bar.
Are we ready?
Sorry. Yes.
Anyway.
Speed run.
Okay, here we go.
I forget we have to be fast.
I know. Least attractive quality in a person.
Oh, unkindness.
What?
Unkindness.
Unkindness. Okay.
Someone's mean to a waiter? Fuck you. Get out of here.
Yeah, and like
Just because you can't
if you're
cook
not in a
perfect
good
over
spot,
medium
remove
eggs.
yourself.
Yeah.
But don't let us. We're not here to absorb it.
Do not barf on people.
Let's get rid of all
Yeah, you
unkind
need to heal
people
so you
from-
don't bleed
I
on
hope in the
other
queer
people.
bar connect, you're like,
Well,
you're not
hurt
being
people
kind.
hurt people.
Get out of here. What's your guilty pleasure?
Like straight up cookie dough. Like
Oh,
straight up cookie. Like
cookie dough.
From the tube?
two in the tube. You just like almost bite into
Give
it.
it to me
my-
some ice cream.
Like
though.
while you're
I'm
just like
with
standing
you,
naked
though.
in front of the refrigerator, you're just like
Sugar cookie,
Yes.
sugar cookie, chocolate chip cookie dough.
like cooked cookies. Oh no reason.
No.
But
cookie
like
dough.
cookie dough, like Toll House has to be Toll House.
Chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip,
Obviously.
all the way.
Sink.
Like, or even like if you're feeling
So
real saucy,
good.
like the mega chunk,
Yes.
to where you like bite. It's so good.
Makes me want to get
And I'm
upstairs
lactose
right
intolerant,
now.
so I really like it.
What is the best hangover meal in Kansas City?
Canes,
Yes.
and you get 2 sauces or maybe 3. Because
like
you're
it.
gonna need it.
What are
Yeah.
your sauces?
No, it's the cane sauce.
No, but the cane sauce.
it's
2 or
so-
3 cane sauce.
So delicious. You need
Understood.
like
Such a
3
traditional
vats
answer
of
that
it.
it's
This is how often I go to
It's like going to hate chicken and be like, I'll take the Chick-fil-A sauce.
Also, got it.
You know
Got it.
who's not going to be
Yeah.
a sponsor? Chick-fil-A. Fuck you, Chick-fil-A.
Sorry, Chick-fil-A.
We don't do hate
I
chicken
mean,
here.
Unless a
Do
gay
as you please,
person
but not
happens
with
to own a
us.
Chick-fil-A, we're
If there's
in. Okay.
wouldn't be a very nice gay person. If you were a drink, what would you be and why?
I don't know. I love a good. I'm a vodka soda splash of cranberry.
So that's what you'd be.
I'm very versatile. I fit everywhere.
So vodka soda,
Yeah,
crayons,
I like
fit
your
everywhere.
answer. You kind of are like, I could go to any
I'm an
party.
everyday man.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Vodka soda, little gay water.
I love that
I'm
your gay
very-
man answer to an everyday man is a vodka soda splash fan. Because the everyday man would be like
Vodka soda, Capri Sun.
No.
Splash
Love
of
it.
Capri Sun.
Well, I live in a homonormative
How was
world.
the Capri Sun?
Yes.
Was
So
it weird?
I assume everyone is gay unless you come out to me.
I love it.
So I reverse the script because I'm in power and I'm
This
like on a
is the
hero's
way
journey.
I
You know what
am
I mean?
going
try
to deal with
flip the
all
script.
of my family events going forward. You're all gay unless you've come out to me.
You
Well, and
have
I
to
always
come
tell them,
out
I
to
go,
me.
oh,
my God.
I said,
This
where's
changes
your
everything.
husband?
It does.
Or,
Yeah.
I guess, do you have a wife maybe?
Yeah.
You know, but I always start with
God,
like,
I'm
oh,
gonna
you're
do-
homosexual.
This is the best
it's
advice
like,
I've
oh,
ever
okay.
given.
We are doing this for 2025. This is the
But
energy
you
we're bringing.
you switch the power balance.
Forever I'm going to use
This is the
that.
energy we are bringing to
Yeah.
So
2025.
good. Thank
cheers.
you so much for being on our
Yeah.
show. Thank you for opening Q Bar
Yeah.
and the Queer Bar Takeover and for all that you do for our community.
Yeah.
Can I have
Guest
a bartender?
bartender?
Yeah, we should do guest bartender.
Will you let me
Privileges?
please?
Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
She could probably get like 12 to 15 lesbians.
You could do
Maybe
one of your
straight
episodes
women.
upstairs if you wanted.
I could get 12 to
upstairs.
15 straight women.
You
in
could
the
do it.
Hemingway Lounge.
Yeah.
Yes. Would you let me?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Can we book a date and put it on Behind the Bar? I will
Let's
be
do it.
bartending the Hemingway Lounge. I've got a great library book for you, and I will pour you a cocktail.
She will spray patchouli on you and give you a lavender-filled drink.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you'd be popular behind the bar.
Thank you. I
Get some
just
tips.
forced myself on there.
I love it. I love it. That's such a great idea. We should bring on like guest bartenders. That'd be cool.
Well,
Celebrity
it's my
bartenders.
dream.
Yeah.
So
Why not? I think that's everybody's dream. They want a guest DJ and they want a guest bar.
I want a guest bartender.
And I think we're gonna explore with guest DJs too. You know,
And-
like when you go to a house party and it's like
all my
friend,
tips donated back to whoever.
Yeah,
Pick
yeah.
a cause.
I'll guest DJ.
She'll
Like my-
dance.
Music is
you,
my love
You
language.
DJ, I bartend.
Yes.
All tips
On the same
donated
night.
It'll
to
be a behind
whatever
the bar
cause. Whatever cause.
Behind the bar.
night.
Behind the bar. It's so well.
Oh, I know. I got obsessed. Can I wear headphones? Ah!
Isn't that gonna be fun?
Yes.
And
We
there's
will-
like a
This is what I think
throne.
about that. Cheers, you guys. Love you. You did a good job.
Cheers. Thank you
Woo,
guys
we're
so
doing
much.
it.
You tell that camera where to follow
Queer
Queer Bar.
Connect, queerconnect.org, or on Instagrams, Facebook, or TikTok. So you can find Queer Connect, Q Kansas City, Queer Bar Takeover, all that good stuff. So come to our events, Queer Bar Takeover, Queer Dinner Club, put your events on Queer Connect calendar, buy pride flags from the Project Visibility, go to queervoter.com and get registered to vote if you haven't, and then come to the bar.
Okay. Can you do that? You're better at the rap. You can actually film that. That's fine.
Yeah.
You can keep that in.
Follow us on all your social channels. So Instagram, YouTube, comment, like, share. You think it doesn't matter. It really matters. Old Navy, if you're out there, we drink bourbon. We love pajama pants. So we're looking for sponsors. If you want to be a part of a speed round, we are accepting folks to come on a speed round. You know, give us a little bit of money to underwrite an episode, and then you get to be on a speed round and promote your business. Yay! We love you, and we'll see you soon.